We often think that men are simple. Give us a good meal, some respect, and maybe a little sex and affection, and we're good, right? But what if I told you that there's one thing every man deeply craves? Something that can transform the way he sees you, loves you, and connects with you, and yet he will never ask for it. Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to Soulful Conversations, the podcast where we don't just talk about relationships, we revitalize them. That's our whole goal here. I'm Frank, and today I'm going to share something. And I feel like once you understand it, if you give it a good listen, your relationship, whether you're dating, married, or even just trying to connect with someone, will never be the same again. It's about a deep craving that men have. Now, family, I gotta issue a disclaimer here. I have to issue this disclaimer. Now, before I dive in deeper, let me be clear. This is not about the man who isn't showing up. If he's not trying, he's not holding down his partner, his family, or his responsibility. This video, this podcast, this is not about him. This is about the men who do show up. The men who work hard, who love and love deeply, and still feel like something's missing. And I don't mean that in a negative context. Stick with me. We'll expand on that more. So if you're with a man who is truly putting in the effort, keyword, truly putting in the effort, but you still can't figure out what he needs or what's going on with him, keep listening. This one is for you. This one little piece of advice may be something that'll help you. So all minds are clear. All hearts and minds clear. You know how we say in the church. All hearts and minds clear. We'll make sure everybody clear. Everybody good? We on the same page. All right. All right. So you see, men are taught, we are taught at a young age to be strong, to be provider, to be problem solver, fixers. We learn that our worth is based on what we can do rather than who we are. So this means that in relationships, we're constantly giving time, protection, efforts, and energy. But what happens when a man doesn't feel like he's truly seen? Not just as a protector, not just as the provider, but as a person who also craves something deeper in the relationship, in the connection. He does all the stuff, the providing, the giving, the protecting. He does all of that, and yet you see him shutting down. You look at him and you can tell something's missing. Is it me? You're doing all of that. Then there's silence in the relationship. He retreats to silence. And that's when he stops sharing his thoughts and, stops initiating. And, it seems like he's just going through the motions and you can't quite put your hand on it. And this brings me to the one thing that every man desires, but will rarely voice, the purpose for this video. Ladies, he wants to feel deeply appreciated and desired. Appreciated and desired. So let me ask the question. And I want you to be honest. Be honest with me on this. When was the last time you told your man, I appreciate you? And not a thank you when he put gas in your car, you dropped the kids off, or took the trash out, or washed the dishes. but a genuine I appreciate you. You know, the kind that gives the I see you, you matter. That's the kind of appreciation we're talking about. And if you can't remember, you're not alone. What inspired this video was something I was reading. And I was reading and I found that research shows that men crave attention just as much as women do. But the kicker is this: we almost never ask for it. That's the kicker. And why? It kind of goes back to what I referenced earlier. Because society has conditioned men to believe that needing validation means you're weak. There's a weakness. So what do? We suck it up and we deal with it. But deep down inside, there's that yearning. We want to feel valued, just like ladies, like you do. And I want you to imagine this. Every day, a man walks into a society that, that tells him he has to be strong and he got to do more. He can't make mistakes. That he got to be on it. He carries the weight of expectations on his shoulder, and then he's trying to do these things and he's side-eyed. And the society rarely pauses to say, "Good job. You're doing great. I see you." Now imagine this. If you become the one place where he can hear that. Imagine that. If you could be the voice in his life that says, "I appreciate you." And I believe that once that happens, that you become like a safe space where he can realize he don't have to do all that stuff you do out in these streets. That he doesn't have to be strong with you. And I think that right there is more powerful than any pep talk any of the boys could ever give. That I appreciate you. When a man feels safe and feels appreciated for who he is, I believe it creates a bond that is unbreakable. It's truly an amazing thing. I'm blessed to have that in my life. So, okay, now the other piece of it. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you. Men don't just want respect. They don't just want to be needed. I won't say that. They want to feel desired. And not just physically. So now let me ask another question. When was the last time you made your partner feel wanted or desired? And not in a routine way, but in a way that made him feel undeniably special. And then, when was the last time you flirted for no reason, or sent a sensual text, or made him feel like you're still excited to be with him? And I want to emphasize again, I feel like I have to emphasize this. I don't just mean in the bedroom, although that's a part of it. But I mean it in the way that you interact with him, the way that you look at him, the way that you talk to him and engage with him. That's what I'm talking about. Because here's the truth. Ladies, women, you're used to being the ones who get pursued and complimented. But men need that energy too. We need that energy too. We don't just want to be loved. We want to be wanted. And if a man doesn't feel wanted from their partner, then that's when you start questioning their place in the relationship or the relationship itself. So ladies, here's my challenge to you. Here's my challenge, ladies. Just putting it out there. I want to submit to you something to consider, and that is to text or tell a man in your life, whether it's your partner, your husband, or even a close friend, close male friend, something that makes him feel special, feel seen. Not for what he does, not for what he provides, but for who he is. It could be something as simple as a text or a call to say, you're an incredible man. And I don't say that enough. I appreciate you. That's how you create a relationship where love isn't just given, it's deeply felt. So family, if this video resonated with you, I want you to take a moment. I want you to pause. I want you to reflect and send that message that I just referenced. And if you want to continue having these deeper conversations, share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. If you do that, we will greatly appreciate it. And I want you to remember one thing. When we learn to see people beyond their roles and responsibility, we begin to love them in a way they truly feel needed or they truly need. So that's it for my time, family. Peace and blessings to each of you, and continue loving each other.